Hey guys, welcome back to Nimbatus. So today I'm going to be doing another one of my logic gate tutorials, and I'm also going to cover the LEDs. This is going to be probably the shortest of the tutorials because it's going to be mainly on the impulse givers, and the LED is pretty easy as well. So let's get into it. Today I'm going to be covering the trigger impulse, the impulse giver, long impulse giver, buffer gate, delay gate, and lastly the color LED. And if you guys want, then tell me in the comment section below whether you'd like me to do the sensors. So the distance sensor, speed sensor, directional sensor, camera, tracker, temperature sensor, and maybe also if you guys want, then maybe in some later episodes I could do some of these parts, which are the mechanical parts, so the hinges, the decoupler, the springs, the magnet, and the factory. And maybe I could also cover the cooler, the heater, and the shield, because I could cover these two, the shields with the, the temperature sensor, because they fit in together. If they had something new, then I can cover that as well if you guys want. Let's start off with the trigger impulse. Let's place it down. Actually, I'll place it here. So you can place it anywhere you want on your vehicle. It just doesn't matter. I'm just placing it here just so if my vehicle moves, then it won't turn to either side. And with the trigger impulse, you have to send input. So for example, I'll do it M, and impulse active, I'll do Q because my thrusters are set to Q. Also remember to have some fuel tanks. It doesn't have to be the small fuel tanks. I'm just using these ones just so my vehicle stays small and simple. So how this works is that after I press M, after about 1 second, or well, exactly 1 second, it's going to activate Q. So it's kind of going to be pressing Q, the logic gate, for 1 second exactly, which means that my thrusters will be working for 1 second after I press this. So let me show you guys off. So just keep on looking at the logic gate. So I press M, it turns on. After 1 second it moves, and then it moves for 1 second. So for example, I can set this to active time to 5 seconds. And I press M, 1 second later, it moves for 5 seconds, as you can see. Okay, it broke. It would keep on moving, but there's a wall, so yeah. Oh yeah, also at the end of the video, I'll show you guys some of the vehicles that I made, and also some vehicles that I'll get from the Steam Workshop, which use, for example, the color LEDs, or some of these I'll see. Now let's get into the impulse giver. Place at the front. So for this one, unlike the last one, I don't have an input, so that means that it'll keep on going forever and ever until the block gets destroyed. So the impulse active, let's set that to Q, and the thing is that after 1 second it's going to get activated, and then it's going to keep on running for 1 second, and then it will have a pause time of 1 second, and then after that 1 second it will just keep on repeating. So it takes 1 second to load up, and then it moves for 1 second, and then it just keeps on repeating that cycle. So I could set the pause time to, let's say, 3 seconds, and make it to go on for 1.5 seconds. So it's going to be loading up for 3 seconds. As you can see, it's moving much slower, and it's going on for a tiny bit longer because it's 1.5 seconds instead of just 1 second. And we hit the wall, so we can't go any further. But you get the idea. Now the next gate, it's basically the same thing. Let's just place it down. The thing is that you can just put it on for much longer times, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Yeah, so the max on this one is just 10 seconds, but on this one it's actually 1 minute, I think it is. Yeah, 60 seconds, so a minute for both of these, which is quite a bit longer. So basically the same thing, but just a bit different. It works the same way. It just keeps on running forever and ever. I could just set activate time to 21 seconds, for example. And as you can see, just keep on going for 21 seconds, just as I said it in here. It's basically the same thing, but you can just have the pause time and the active time for much longer than the last gate. Now it is time for the buffer gate. So let's place it here. The input key, this one uses an input key, so I'll set it to M. And remember, you don't have to use M just like me. You can use any other button. You also don't have to use Q for your output. But that's just, the output is just what you set your, for example, your thrusters or your shields or guns or whatever to do. This doesn't have any loading time. Let me just show you guys. So if I press M, just straight after it, it keeps on going. Will only be going on for 1 second because right here it's 1 second. So let's do it to 2.5 seconds. And there's no load up time. I can just press it now, and it goes on for 2.5 seconds. And then I can press it again, and it'll go on for 2.5 seconds again. So all of these gates basically are the same thing, but just a tiny bit different. Now, lastly, the delay gate. Let's place it down. Let's set the input to M, output to Q. So with this gate, you have to hold the input for as long as you set on the time. So for example, right now it's set to 1 second. So if I just press M slightly, it won't do anything, but I have to hold it for 1 second. And as you can see, it starts moving now. And once I stop pressing it, then it stops again. So I have to hold it for 1 second, and then it moves. Now, the last thing, the color LED. It's not a logic part, technically. You can add this on to make your vehicle look a bit better. Place this on the front of my vehicle. Place some color LEDs on the sides. Set all of these to Q. Set this to Q as well. And it's going to have a pause time of 1 second and an active time of 1 second as well. So once it loads up, my vehicle starts moving, and the lights, the LEDs also turn on. So I can't really think of any uses for it right now. You could probably make sort of a wave out of the LEDs, but I'm not good enough with the logic gates. It would probably take me a bit because I'm a bit stupid, but yeah. Now, I'll show you guys off some cool things that people have made on the Steam Workshop, and I'll try and make something of my own, but probably my things won't be as good. So let's get into that now. This is the first vehicle that I have downloaded off the Steam Workshop. So if you want to download anything, then you just go to downloaded, and then here it should in the middle, if you don't have any downloaded, it should come up with go to the Steam Workshop. But you can just press up here if you have already any downloaded, and then you just go up here, just search up whatever you want, or you can just search up by battle or for sumo. That's basically it. There's also some order by, so trending, made by friends. Well, if I had any friends, then I'd have some here. Most votes, so basically probably one of the better ones. Newest, so most recently uploaded things. And then back to trending. So this vehicle LED test was, I don't know, unknown. A test for what patterns look like when made with LEDs. There's a circular thing, a line moving, an arrow moving, some... That's pretty cool. Yeah, this is all really cool, but it just takes a bit of time to just set it all up, because you have to put every single one on an individual, what's it called, impulse giver, and it's just a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest. Okay, so this is a thing that I could come up with in about 2 minutes or so. So it's nothing great, just... Yeah, so it just flickers a bit, then goes back to a full one, then turns off, and then repeats the cycle. So if you want to know how to do it, you probably don't, but I'm just going to say anyway. I set some of the first one to Q, the second one to E, third one to Q, and then just keep on going. I set one impulse giver to activate time to 2 seconds, pause time to 1 second, impulse active to Q, then the second one, active time to 1, pause time to 1. So it didn't change this really at all. And did the impulse active to E. So this one works on this one, and this one. And this one for Q works on this one, this one, and this one. So I can't really be bothered to make any more, but you get the idea. They can be pretty useful at making your vehicle look much cooler. This is another design that I have found on the Steam Workshop. It's called Cosmic Dragon and built by Unknown. This creation had LED lights all around it. It's a pretty cool and useful vehicle. Does work, I'd imagine, quite well. Let's see, where is it? Here. So let's go into test flight. So I guess it's just flickering with some stuff. The eyes. That's a nice mining laser, I guess. So this could be pretty useful if you don't really want to get yourself stuck somewhere. So it's kind of genius. Probably would never have thought of this. Well done. Well done to the creator then. Yeah, it goes around. It's like a dragon. I don't know. Yeah, you get the idea. It's logic gates, LEDs, whatever. Get the idea. Okay then guys, so I'm going to end this here. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you learned something new from this video. If you want me to make any tutorials, or just tell me in the comment section below what tutorials you would like me to make, or what games you would like me to play, I don't mind. So thanks for watching, and see you.